Popcorn Optimist.
Hi, my name is Austin. Welcome to Popcorn Optimist, a film appreciation YouTube channel that believes the more context we have, the more likely we are to appreciate films. This is a new weekly series about the week's new releases, and it's called... Think of Cinebills as non-spoiler contextual previews. When we go to the theater, we get helpful contextual information in the form of a program or a playbill. We don't get those at the movies, and that's what this is. So, please enjoy our Cinebill for the horror remake known as...
Oh, well, that is very sweet of you to say.
Facts and figures, kicking off with our official synopsis. When an American family is invited to spend the weekend at the idyllic country estate of a charming British family they befriended on vacation, what begins as a dream holiday soon warps into a snarled psychological nightmare. The film is rated R, it runs 110 minutes, releases September 13th, 2024, and is distributed by Universal Pictures. Moving on to cast and crew, starting with the film's star, James McAvoy as Patty. McAvoy known for playing Professor X in films like X-Men Days of Future Past and Lord Asriel in the BBC series adaptation of his Dark Materials. Mackenzie Davis, known for 2018's Tully, directed by Jason Reitman, and the 2021 HBO miniseries Station 11. Aisling Franciosi, known for the HBO miniseries I Know This Much Is True, and for 2023's The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And last but never least, Scoop McNairy. McNairy, known for 2010's Monsters, directed by Gareth Edwards, and for the AMC series Halt and Catch Fire, alongside Speak No Evil co-star Mackenzie Davis. The film was written and directed by James Watkins, more on him later. Edited by John Harris, known for editing 2012's The Woman in Black, directed by James Watkins, and 2017's T2 Trainspotting, directed by Danny Boyle. Cinematography is by Tim Maurice Jones, known for 2012's The Woman in Black, directed by James Watkins. Music is by Danny Bensi and Sandra Urians, known for the Netflix series Ozark. And it was produced by Blumhouse Productions. And finally, notes in Harkins. Harkins is a term that we'll return to later, starting with the film's director, James Watkins, born in Nottingham, England. His first film is 2008's Eden Lake with Kelly Riley and Michael Fassbender, followed by 2012's The Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe, and 2016's Bastille Day with Idris Elba and Richard Madden. The film is a remake of the 2022 Danish original directed by Christian Toftrup. It's a social thriller, a film genre using elements of suspense and horror to augment instances of apparent oppression in society. Thank you, Wikipedia. The original film does present questions about class, masculinity, and social niceties. I'll also add it's a fairly tough movie. It is a pretty quick turnaround between the 2022 original and the 2024 remake, especially since both are in English. That said, I do like this quote from McAvoy speaking to film website Collider.
Why do we need two versions of Macbeth? We don't have two versions. We have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of versions of Macbeth, and we don't do a remake of Macbeth, we just do Macbeth. Because the people who saw Macbeth on Broadway with Patrick Stewart however many years ago saw it. Nobody else saw it. The people that will see someone else's Macbeth in the West End next year, they will see that one, but they didn't see that one. And it's the same with this.
This quick turnaround might seem strange, but there is precedent. There are a lot of examples of foreign horror movies remade relatively quickly in the US due to the success of the original. Examples include the Dutch film The Vanishing from 1988 versus the 1993 American version The Vanishing, and the 1998 Japanese film Ring versus the 2002 remake The Ring. And if you happen to distrust remakes, I'll add that the original 1941 The Maltese Falcon, directed by John Huston, was actually not the original. It was the third adaptation of Dashiell Hammett's novel, and it worked out pretty good. Regarding the 2024 remake, James Watkins, speaking to Total Film, describes his version as a psychological thriller with a horrific concept embedded in it rather than a straight horror film. He also wrote it with McAvoy in mind. Here's Watkins on the red carpet speaking to Screen Slam.
The humor of the film is something I really lent into, and there's a lot of laughs in this movie. It's not, it's got its kind of thrills and darknesses, but it's a real fun ride.
And he's described his film as more of a roller coaster than the original no-holds-barred satire. Harkins. Harkins is a term that my wife likes for a film that recalls an earlier film. That's not really how the term is used, but my wife likes it, so here we are. Starting with the original, 2022 Speak No Evil, directed by Christian Toftrup, and then two pairs of Harkins, one a foreign horror film, and then the other an American remake. Starting with 2008's Let the Right One In, directed by Thomas Alfredson from Sweden, and then the 2010 2010 remake Let Me In, directed by Matt Reeves. And finally 2007's Wreck from Spain, directed by Jaime Balaguerro and Paco Plaza, followed by the 2008 American remake Quarantine, directed by John Eric Dowdle. I'll leave things with this quote from James Watkins speaking to SFX magazine. "You can give people an incredible tense roller coaster ride that has thematic nourishment and things to take away and talk about in the pub, but it can be fun. People need fun. I've sat with audiences and people come out of this absolutely rinsed like you would on a great roller coaster ride. I wanted to make a film that is tense and has people screaming at the screen." How much of any of this you actually need to know to enjoy the movie? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But I hope this information was fun to learn, and I hope it helps raise your appreciation for the film when you see it. Please join us for our next Cinebill, Francis Ford Coppola's magnum opus, Megalopolis. Popcorn Optimist.